Hey everybody, what is going on? I am Maximus Rex. Yet again, this is Big Baby Reviews. Today is Wild Card Sunday, so we're looking at something a little bit off the beaten path. Maybe you know about this comic, maybe you don't. It's fairly obscure. So we today will be looking at Araknis, issue number 2 from Mystic Comics. This was published in July 1996, just after the kind of bubble burst in the comics industry in the early 90s there. So, I remember this guy kicking around. He had his character published for the Savage Dragon Create a Character contest, and for Wizard, for some reason, he was in like a, fan character profile or something. So I'd seen him twice and never really saw his comic. Few months ago, maybe going through a dollar bin, I saw this. I was like, okay, you know what, for $1 I'll pick it up and kind of check it out. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. So let's open her up and have a look at the credits. So right away, this is kind of alarming and kind of a symptom of a lot of what was going on in the 90s comics, kind of studios getting set up and multiple artists working on one issue. And, so that's what you see here. So excuse me, I'm going to assume that Michael Ortiz is kind of the regular artist on this, or probably the creator, right? Co-creator. So he pencils pages 1 to 4, 8, 15, 16, and 18 to 22. More than likely, the better, more fun pages and action-packed. We'll see as we move along. But then you've got another gentleman, Brian Jameson, who pencils page 5, 6, 7, 11, and 17. And Chuck Jones does page 9, 10, 12, 13, and 14. Gonna assume those are the most boring pages. Maybe I'm not right, but we'll see again as we move along. I'll be coming back to the credits page so we can keep track of the pages. That's what's going to be fun, in quotes, about this issue. We also have Chuck Jones, who's the inker and co-creator, and Mario Ortiz, writer, co-plot. What? I'm not quite sure what that means there. If you're the writer, don't you do the full plot, not just the co-plot? That's an odd term I've never seen. Co-plot. Maybe it's a typo and it's supposed to be co-pilot. But no, I'm pretty sure this refers to the plot. An editor, don't really care. Matthew Ban, Gene Jimenez, Aaron Ricks, Cynthia Morris with Guerrilla Graphics are the digital coloring crew, and letters by Clem Robbins. And there's also a pinup, by Brian Jameson, who also does these pages up here. So, again, this is kind of a typical, I don't want to say wannabe. The character's interesting looking enough, but it's a 90s comic. It's a very image influenced comic, so the characters are over the top and violent and all that kind of stuff. I won't read much of the dialogue, but I like this section because I read it. The helicopters are military patrol. They are part of a governmental effort to restore order in these dark times. Arraknis has caught their attention by violating several edicts of martial law, including murder. So I guess that kind of sets you up for what this book is. It's one of those image type books. Lots of action, lots of muscular, huge characters. So it is fun in that sense. So let's go through it. So 1 to 4 is the original creator, co-creator, Michael Ortiz. Again, probably the best of the artists. So page 1, 2, and 3 have some interesting layouts. Double page splash here with some insert panels. So, I won't fault him for that. I do love those, and I think it's pretty well done here overall. I mean, he's pretty close to being pro level. I wouldn't say he's exactly there, but and when I say pro level, I mean for mainstream comics and superhero comics and stuff. But he's pretty damn close there. And that's page 4, and then we move on to page 5 with 5, 6, 7 is Brian Jameson. So the next 3 pages, kind of odd the proportions here. I mean, he's insanely huge as in relation to the helicopter here. It's a little off there. So the next 3 pages is him. This, doesn't work at all. So again, clearly not the best artist here right away. Our friend who starts off this book, definitely in line to be the best artist. Also probably given the most fun pages, possibly. You could make these pages fun. It's not bad here. Just not the most interesting layouts. A little more amateurish, I guess. So that's the next 3 pages. So who do we got after for page 8? We go back to Michael Ortiz, our buddy here, who I would say is pretty much phoning it in for this one, right? That was an easy page to get out of the way, and that's probably why he chose to do that one. Then page 9, 10, we've got Chuck Jones. Not horrible. Definitely a little more interesting than our second artist. So 2 pages by him, right? I would say 9-10. It's not a bad looking page. It's interesting. You got the money shot right with the character here, a few inset panels, bit of storytelling, moving the story along. And then who do we get over here? So we just saw pages 9, 10, 11 is Brian Jameson. Not horrible. Now 12, 13, 14 is Chuck Jones again. So 12, this page here, very Spawn-like with the devil here, possibly, or some demon. Demon King. A lot of comics were very Spawn-like back then. So the next 3 pages are by him, right? That's a pretty interesting page, you know. I could have seen this guy working for an image studio for sure. Maybe he did. We got the pinup by the second artist, which, you know, I'm not going to flip that around for you. Not the greatest. So after that, we go back to 15 and 16 is Michael Ortiz, our kind of original guy. Not bad. A lot of 90s kind of detail and hatching. So he drew that there. Splash page, you know, I think he, again, I'll repeat the argument. I think he just kept all the funnest and easiest pages for himself there. So 15, 16, 17 goes back to Brian Jameson. That would be this page here. Not bad. Some good storytelling going on. Hard perspective shot here. Not easy to pull off. Pretty good job. Pretty good use of a silhouette here. And now we have our original artist, Mr. Ortiz, for the rest of these pages. And what we get are some pretty typical, you know, end of issue, close to deadline, image type pages. I mean, these guys were already kind of late, to be honest, in 96, putting out this kind of stuff. Self-published, I assume, right? Mystic Studios or Mystic Comics. Must be self-published. I don't know that there were many issues published of this. This is issue 2. Did it go anywhere past that? I have no idea. I've never seen issue 1. Obviously, it has to be out there if this one is. But yeah, we just get a lot of image type action here. Not bad. Again, I mean, this guy could have definitely worked for an image studio, you know, an Extreme Studios or Wildstorm Studios or something like that. You know, he could have adapted the style just a little bit and, you know, worked for either. To be concluded. Okay, so maybe just in issue 3 and that's the last one. Maybe it came out. I don't know. Good looking cover though. Gotta say though, you'll see some other ads in here. There's one specifically, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so it's going to probably be... So Mystic Comics, their tagline is creating comics of the future so comics have a future. Well, I guess it didn't work out for those guys, but comics did have a future. They, you know, will always have a future, I think, and move on. You know, some people, you know, jump on, some people fall off. That's how it goes. Yeah, so this here, I would almost venture to say that this Tribal Force comic and the art that I see here interests me more than Araknis. This actually looks maybe like it could be kind of cool. And at the same time, I'm just very much intrigued by, you know, this is a tagline you've seen before. Enter Deadpool, you know, enter Joker. It's just a way of introducing a character real quick. Like, enter the scene. This guy, right? But enter Gan? Like Gan? That's just, is that how I'm supposed to pronounce that? It's an odd sounding name for any character, at least in English, right? Gan. It's kind of hard to say. It's weird. So everything about this intrigues me. If anyone out there knows anything about Tribal Force, I'm assuming there's at least 2 issues. Maybe just one. Maybe this one didn't come out, but whatever. I'd be interested in hearing about it and what you know about it and seeing if it's available. Because I'd honestly, on the merits of the art alone, I do find it kind of interesting and I'd like to know more about it. So there you go. The best thing about Araknis #2 is Tribal Force #2 and Enter Gan. But that was Araknis number 2. If you have any questions, comments, answer some of my questions, hit me up in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. That really helps us out. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy church, whatever you do. And hope everyone out there has an awesome day.
Like! Subscribe! Like! Subscribe!
King Comics presents Big Baby, Volume 1, Issues 1 to 13. 204 pages of story and art. King Comics also presents Star Crasher one-shot, 32 pages, cosmic sci-fi surrealist adventure. You can find these fine comics at KINGCOMICS.CA, at MaximusRex13 on Instagram, or on Facebook, MaxRex or Big Baby.